Hey folks, how y'all doing? Trent Clark here with Mallett Buildings. We've got a good show for you today. Short but good. Where's Mallett? We'll talk about a few projects we got going on. Let's get started. Every day we like to say you get $500 off through military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. If you're one of those people looking for a building, make sure you grab your extra $500. All right, if you want to upgrade to a signature or an elite building, type in cash to a live feed like this and get that extra $1,000 off of your building. Okay, here's where we're at. Where's Mallett Buildings this week? Texas, we got Beaumont, Lake Jackson, Santa Fe, Brazoria. In Louisiana, we got Prairieville, Lake Charles, Ville Platte, Clinton, Lafayette, Breaux Bridge, Iowa, Denham Springs twice. Okay? So let's run through some specials real quick. Classic building. Remember, folks, our classic building is better than our competitor's best building. Why? Because they don't use 2x8 truss, okay? Superior, 174% flexibility strength, more than 2x6, okay? Then when you're talking about the stiffness, you're talking about 74%, or I might have it vice versa. I don't know. I need to get that detail for you, but the percentages are right. Now, they just can't do that. Why? Because we build our own truss here. We'd love for y'all, if somebody's out there watching and wants to set an appointment and come view the facility, we'd love to show you. But look, keep in mind, we continue to build processes here. We make better buildings, and it's just not something that we're working off of a 10-year-old design. We are continuing to improve our processes. And one of those things this year was standardized 2x8 scissor truss across the board. Now, that's one reason. 2x12 headers, our competitors use 2x8. We're going to use a cable retention system that is superior to anybody out there as far as uplift of your building. So I just named three major factors of why our building is better than the rest, okay? Now, of course, that comes with a price. All right, our buildings are not going to be the cheapest out there, but they will be the best. And they're not far from our competitors' price, okay? So if you're interested, we got some specials behind me. You got a 30 by 12 for $22,998. Remember, this is our classic building, a standard 5-on-12 roof pitch. This does have the 2x8 scissor truss. You get 10 by 10 roll-up door, 136-inch walk-through door, 4,000 PSI concrete. That is 33% stronger than our competitors' 3,000. Also, we add microfiber, they don't. Why is that important? Because microfiber is going to go through the whole volume of that concrete. We know that it's happening there. Our competitors are going to use wire mesh to bond that, to give a strength factor in that concrete. They're going to put wire mesh in there. Why is that not as superior as the microfiber? Well, because they're guessing that it's going to be in the middle of your concrete. The only way that wire mesh works is if it's in the middle of your concrete, okay? And look, it weighs something. So if they're using a insufficient or not, so like a 3,000, put too much water in their concrete, that wire mesh is going to sink to the bottom, and it does you no good, folks. So keep that in mind. 30 by 30 for $22,999. That is a great deal as we speak. But now we're throwing in insulation, free roof and wall insulation on this building. That is a $1,750 value. These buildings are 130 mile-an-hour wind rating, okay? So if you're in the market, that's a good building. This is a little bit bigger building. You're looking at a 30 by 50 by 12 for $31,999. And that we're throwing in insulation. It's the same specs as the classic building I just spoke about. All right, we're throwing in free insulation. The value of this size building is going to be $2,450 that we're just giving you, folks. So we're giving you an aggressive price. We're throwing in free insulation, and you got the best building in the country. So it's a no-brainer if you're looking for this size building. All right, it comes with the same specs as the other one. The third classic building we have on special is a 40 by 60 by 12 for $48,999, okay? Now, That's also going to be, we're throwing in free installation. That is a $3,150 value. All right, so keep that in mind. We're giving away money. We got value added in these buildings because they are the best in the business. All right. Now, when you want to jump up to the elite, it's got the bones of the classic. It's got the 2x8 scissor truss. It's got all the bells and whistles that they got, but we're throwing in extra value here. What do I mean? Well, we're going to give you continuous ridge vents. We're going to give you roof and wall insulation in this building. We're going to give you the premium features, which are gutters and gutter brushes, control joints, 6-inch concrete, not 4-inch, which 6-inch is 2.5 times stronger than 4-inch. We're already going to give you the 4,000, which is better than our competitors. But you're talking about 6-inch. This building is superior to anything else out there, folks. So these buildings, we got a 30 by 50, a 40 by 50, and a 40 by 60. The reason why I didn't tell you the back number is because that back number can change for free for you. For instance, it normally comes with a 12-foot. All our buildings start out with 12-foot high. The wall height is 12 foot. We normally charge, if you go up to 14, we got to charge for that. And if you go up to 16, we got to charge for that. Why? Because we're getting more height, we're getting more materials in there. We got to pay our builders extra because it's higher. There's a lot of cost involved in that, but we're giving it to you on these 3 buildings, okay? So you got a 30 by 50 for $43,998. You got a 40 by 50 for $53,950. You got a 40 by 60 for $61,598. Remember, any height you want, no extra charge. All right. Also, no extra charge. We normally come with 10 by 10 roll-up doors. We're gonna let you pick 10 by 10, 12 by 12, or 12 by 14 for no extra cost. That is the value of all this that I'm telling you that we're giving you for free is $10,000. All right, so you're going to get these special prices, plus we're throwing in an extra $10,000 off any of these buildings. That's big. All right, so keep that in mind, folks. Cajun Oasis still got this. We're on like the 5th week here. This thing's selling like hotcakes. Got a 20 by 30. This is the elite package, the best of the best with all the bells and whistles on this building, but it's got something extra in it. What is it? We're giving you electrical package, and we're throwing in a 3-ton wall-mounted unit. So when we're done with this, you turn on the lights, turn on the AC, and you build it out however you choose on the inside, or leave it like that and do what you want inside of that. So it's a good little special. We're going to run that. Maybe at the end of this week we might come up with another one. Okay? Mallett Ambassador Club. All right, well look, we want to tell you most of our business comes from referrals. Why? Because we sell so many buildings, and our ambassadors out there don't mind showing their building. So if you are interested in a building, somewhere out there we have an ambassador that will let you look at their building. And we're going to pay them for doing that for us. Now, if you have a building and you're interested in becoming an ambassador, let us know and we'd be glad to give you the information. We send out maybe a newsletter once a month or something like that. I don't know all the details, but we can tell you. And they got 3 different, statues or levels of the ambassador program that you could be in. So it's a good program. We'd love for you to join us. Let us know if you're interested in that. All right, the 5 red flags, we always like to talk about this because if we could save somebody some headache and some money and some time, we want to do that, okay? Years in business, I think it makes sense to find out if how long they've been in business, if they in fact have a business license would be the first. If they don't, that might be a red flag. You could find that out at the Secretary of State. Licensure, make sure they got the proper license, like contractor's license. It's required if they're going to erect a building in your backyard. Even though you may be the contractor of record, they still have to have a contractor's license to do so. You can find that out on the LSLBC. Contractor violations at that same site, you can find out if they have any violations and what they were or what they are for. I think it's a red flag if they had that. I'm proud to say the 26 years we have no violations. Reviews on the BBB and Google. We have over 500 plus reviews, gaining some every day. So we're going to be getting up to 600 soon, I'm sure. But anyway, we're proud of that, folks. It might be a red flag if they don't have any reviews. I don't know. Or maybe you want to be a guinea pig. I know I wouldn't, but just saying. Visit the contractor's facility. I think it's very important that it shows that you're going to do business with somebody that's going to be here for the long haul. If you happen to do business with somebody that's working out of a truck, that's okay. That's your prerogative. But just know that they might not be in it for a while. You know, they might just be trying to make, build 1 or 2 buildings or something like that. So be careful. It could be a red flag if they don't have a facility. Even a small office somewhere is better than nothing, in my opinion. All right, so why choose Mallett? Okay, our competitors are going to use 6x6 posts, 2x6 scissor truss, but folks, be careful on that. Most of the scissor truss, not even scissor truss, I don't think they do scissor truss, you got to pay for that, but 6x6 truss, the inner webbing of that, the inside that's going to be 2x4s. Also be careful that most of it's not treated. Very, very important, okay? You don't want any white wood. I'm just letting you know. Not when you can get the best from what we do. But anyway, they use 2x6 truss, 2x8 headers. We use 2x12. 29 gauge metal. We use 26 gauge. It's thicker. Walk-through door they give you and 40-year warranty from the metal company. Now what we do is 10-year workmanship warranty. Number one, kiln-dried lumber. Kiln-dried is very, very important. Because when you buy it from the lumber yards, it's not kiln-dried. All right, it's wet. So what happens is when you use that type of wood, it's still treated, and I give them that. But what happens is when you put a screw in it in the sun and over time, it's going to dry out, and it can actually loosen that screw up, push that screw out as it's drying. So be careful. We use kiln drying. We pay extra for that. 2x8 scissor truss, 5/12 roof pitch, 2 free roll-up doors, free roof and wall insulation. 6-inch gutters and gutter brushes, folks. And 2 3x5 insulated windows, lifetime warranty against termite, rust, rot, and fungal decay. All right? Continuous ridge vents, as I mentioned earlier, you got 6-inch concrete, which is superior than 4-inch, is 2.5 times stronger, in fact. And then when you put the 4,000 PSI, it's 33% stronger than our competitors. Roof and wall, we screw everything. We use company cam. We monitor I'll show you a little bit about that today. We monitor every single job. Every job is monitored by multiple people every single day. All right. Engineered cable retention system is very important and superior than anything else like it or out there. 145 mile an hour wind rating. Post pads. What that is concrete underneath the post. Our competitors don't do that. It's very important. All metal screws. I told you about post protector skirt board. That's what we give. This is what they give you. This is what we give you. All right, now, where's Mallett? Let's talk about a couple of jobs we got going on. I told you we got 13 or so jobs we're working this week. So Darrell F. in Breaux Bridge. So you can see that this is a 30 by 50 by 12, and it's got a 8 by 8 by 9 gable. I think it's more than that. Well, it's going to be 30. It's going to be 30 foot by maybe 9 or 8 foot. It's more than that. I think that's wrong, but we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, look at the building, folks. Can you see all this wood? I mean, look at the product that we put out here. That's pretty impressive, I think. Especially if we can get, now this customer chose to go with common truss, which remember, your common truss, or like we got one with scissor truss next, but look, so this is the gable extension. That's a 30 by 30 building back there. All right, so this is it being put up. This looks like maybe an elite building. The trusses are 3 foot apart. All right. Now let's go to Santa Fe, Texas. This building is another 30 by 50. You can see the difference. This one has a big gable extension on it. This one don't. So this is in Santa Fe, Texas, 30 by fill-in by 16 high. See how it's a lot higher than the other one. The other one was 12 foot. But look at the craftsmanship here, folks. I mean, here's your truss, and you can see this is scissor truss. This is what comes standard here at Mallett. It's 2 by 8. So pretty impressive building. This is us putting the roof and wall insulation, bubble wrap if you want to call it like that. And believe me, I think our value is 7 on the walls and maybe 10 on the roof. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is worth it. You know, when you look at it, you may not think it, but you can feel the difference when you walk into a building. And if you're protecting something like an expensive boat or, you know, your RV in there, you're going to appreciate the extra insulation in that building. All right. So that's a few, you know, jobs we got going from the 13 that we're building this week. And we're proud of that. It's going along pretty good. We'll finish this building up and then we'll start going to the next phase, which is going to be forming. We're going to ask the customer to bring in some sand, and then our crew's going to go in there and bring it to grade, and then we'll follow up and pour the concrete. All right, so I think it's pretty interesting that we're doing this. We're going to do this once a week and show you little tidbits of what we got going on. Now, behind the build, our crews are trained professionals who follow a proven process on every job site. So the difference from us maybe than our competitors, we have a set of plans and we have specs that our builders have to abide by. They get a building package and it's all laid out for them, okay? We also have certain criteria and pictures and videos that they have to send to us. We also have an inspector that goes out periodically on the job to inspect what's going on. From setting posts to securing trusses, every step is done with precision and care. That's why we can confidently back our workmanship with warranties up to 10 years, okay? We know we're doing it right. We follow a process here, okay? We don't just swing hammers and guesswork. We have a proven process that works. We've been doing it for 26 years, and in fact, we continue to improve our processes. All right? So every job site builds more than a structure. Every building we construct adds trust in the Mallett name. We welcome customers to see our job site and willingness to firsthand. So right here, we'll take you on a job site. We got referrals out there and ambassadors out there to let you look at that building. Because when you walk into one of our buildings compared to our competitors, you're going to see the difference, folks. I promise you. This is why so much of our business comes from referrals and repeat clients. This is true, okay? Because we got when you think of a building, you want to get the best, okay? You're protecting something, whether it be a boat, an RV, or you're building out a nice building that you want to workshop in. You're investing in that, and what you don't want to happen is to buy something cheap and the wind, storm comes and blows it away. You don't want that. That's our show today. We really appreciate your business. We'll see you tomorrow.